everybody. Drew Dosek here with Verified Investing. Today, we got some pro charts to go over in the commodity sector, guys. So let's jump into those charts. Starting off with one of the most popular and followed commodity up to date is oil, guys. It hits us every day and every week at the gas station, right? So let's get into oil and check out what's going on over there on that chart. As we see here, we're starting on the daily time frame. All right, guys. Notice that when the war kicked off, this was the spike that occurred on the left-hand side of the screen. You can see we accelerated all the way up here to $119.48 on US oil. After that's all unwound, escalation has picked back up, caught support perfectly on a declining trend line, pivot from July 24th over through these major pivots on January of 2025, and then as well as in June of 2025. You can see here that bounce has led us straight up into this declining trend line of resistance. That level was tagged today and pulled back from. As you see, price action is not up there now. That level and the high was $88.61. So tomorrow, if we don't get through that level today, tomorrow that level goes down slightly with this dynamic trend line. This is $88.47 for us to break through. Currently doing a good job breaking through this resistance level at $85.75. So we'll see if we settle out the next couple days in this range. And if and when we break above, next resistance, guys, getting closer to the $100 mark up here at $96.44. So we have a long way yet to go and more pain potentially at the pump as long as price does break out of this declining trend line. We'll be watching this pretty closely in the coming days. Next up, Nat Gas lifting off today, guys. Now, I know it's down at the bottom of the chart, but let's take a closer look at what today's price action is doing. Currently at $2.92. Notice I've got this pivot high back here from Wednesday, April 8th. This pivot high is at $2.90. All right. So you can see that trend line coming across $2.90.68, whatever. Regardless, $2.90. That's the point in which price has not closed above since we got underneath this level. You can see on July 13th onwards until today, we have not closed back above that line. So closing, now we're above it currently. But if we close above that, that will help increase probabilities for us getting out of this bearish consolidation range. I highlighted this on Trading the Close. And if you guys don't watch that, do yourself a favor, tune in at 4:20 live Monday through Thursday. If you miss me live, that's fine too. It's on YouTube. Just search for Trading the Close. I go over this chart every single day, as well as US oil, to ensure we stay up to speed with what's going on with these major commodities that we follow and trade. So we can see here, totally trying to change the picture of this bearish consolidation if we start getting closes above this key trend line across the chart. Hasn't been done, as I've said before, hasn't been done in the last week. We'll see if we can't start changing that narrative, have price action push up. First resistance at $3, followed by this low pivot range right here at $3.12. But really the main level to watch, guys, is this declining trend line coming from March 9th, connected over the pivot tops here in June. And that area, if we do break above, we do have a lot of room to run. Yeah, we have resistance levels, but that'll help get it out of all of this bearish consolidation. Very much like what's going on here, just on a micro scale. And this one is more of a macro scale. Getting above that trend line would help get into out of this lower range price action and activity. Next up into gold, having a good day today, guys. Look at this, getting through not one, not two, but three levels of resistance, tagging that third level, which is the bottom of this inclining parallel channel that you see on this chart, dating back here to April 7th, the Liberation Day lows of 2025. So we have made a valiant effort today to go and knock on the door of this parallel channel. Price has since retreated back beneath the last two resistance lines and now is settling in what appears to be above this major low pivot. Much like on silver, on Nat Gas, the last several days of trading have all been under that trend line, implying still bearish price action, trying to go lower on the chart. Today's trying to buck that trend, at least for the near term, getting to close above this $4,098 level. We'll see and follow this very closely in the near term if gold can not only get into the parallel, but break above this declining trend line, both of which are right here in this zone, $4,160 to $4,145. A lot of resistance right there. Likely will take a couple days to fight to get through it. Next up, silver. As you see here, silver pushing up nicely, 1.8% today. It's still not clearing this top high-end pivot that occurred back on July 6th. That's the next level for silver to get itself out of this bearish consolidation. You can see clearly move down, sideways chop. That's all bearish. And getting out of this, at least near term, would first mean getting through this level, $63.26. Otherwise, near-term support down here at $49.64. And I'll throw you on the larger time frame pattern for silver, because I want to illustrate a couple things with silver going all the way back here into the 70s and 80s, guys. Notice the price action on silver. We have many years where price is somewhat stagnant. Then all of a sudden, rocket ship, and then sell back off, have a returning bounce, sell back off, years and years and years and years of stagnant price action. Then all of a sudden, rocket ship lift off. We tried to attempt to get back up to it again, then failed. Then we went back through years and years and years. And this one more volatile than the previous period. However, years and years and years of no rocket ship. And then boom, another rocket ship. So we can see this is a cyclical pattern in silver. So this unwinding could very well take us back down to the bottom of this parallel channel, which would be one mighty haircut. Even with current price at $59, that would be about a 40% decline down here to the bottom of this parallel channel. So navigating silver, you have to be mindful that it really can sell off. Even with AI data center and tech exploding, and I know silver is involved in some of those electronic components, you just got to be mindful that silver can eventually sell off potentially around $30. That won't refrain me from buying if silver gets down sub $50. You can see this trend line. I'm going to be a buyer of physical silver here. I'm looking and angling price to come down here to the $50 spot, pick up some physical silver, get a bounce up to the top 50% of this parallel, likely unload that physical silver once we get closer to the top range. If in case we do not get up there, I am 100% perfectly fine continuing buying silver all the way down to 30, even sub $30, hanging on to it. Because again, what did I highlight happens in silver, guys? We have some periods of consolidation and then explosions, and periods of consolidations and then explosions. So when the period of consolidation comes where price is coming down, I'm going to scoop that up and maybe wait several years. And that's okay, because silver for me is an insurance policy. That way I can barter with it if in case for whatever happens, our electronic funds are inaccessible. For whatever reason, all of our money is kept, as we know, in banks, and we access it through our phones and through debit, credit cards, etc. And so it's all electronic, not much physical. If the electronic system went down for even a brief period up to an extended period, people will still be able to barter with physical silver. So that's one of the reasons I'll just keep scooping it up throughout the course of my entire life once we get in these consolidation phases. Next up, into copper. Copper, as you see here, pushing up pretty nicely on the weekly time frame. Not today. They're down actually 0.67%. Daily time frame, you can see yesterday made a great push to test these pivot highs back here in June. So I see a lot of chop action going on here. I see a little bit more red as far as the size of the candles. So that tells me to go up, we've got to put forth a lot of effort to get through these big red candles. First spot to get through here, as I highlighted, $6.60. And then we enter another big red candle that we got to get above, $6.70. So copper is trying its best to fight up, but the probabilities are against it right now with all of these red candles. So I flip back to the weekly time frame, and you can see we actually had a period of movement up and then this down move, which in turn is starting to create some sort of retest to the top highs, much like we highlighted on the daily time frame. But look at these weekly topping tails right here that we have to get through. Double weekly topping tails backed up between 4 weeks. So that's going to take, again, a lot of effort to get through. That's why I highlighted the daily, showing you all that red here on the weekly. We have even more red here, but then 2 weekly topping tails. So there's a lot of negative pressure up here for selling with copper, yet it still remains here. So that tells a picture too. So all of this to be said, it's a no-touch trade for me right now on copper. I'll wait to see if it does have the energy to get above this level. Otherwise, I'd be more looking to buy down here near the 50% area, the parallel around $5.80, and let copper do what it wants to do to the upside. Lastly, guys, we've got cattle. Look at this great chart on cattle. Anybody that likes to grill out or eat steaks like I do, man, this is what we wanted to see. Price action on beef coming straight down. I highlighted this a couple weeks ago because we had a nice daily topping tail on that chart. Plus, look, we've got a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Targeted measured move is the bottom of this parallel channel at $2.09.5. Support here at $2.15. If and when price gets down into it, could receive a little bit of a bounce before we continue down and tag the bottom of that inclining parallel channel that you see on the chart. That really contains all of price on this cattle cash chart from the Pepperstone chart that you see here. All right, guys, that wraps up today's session covering the commodities. Thanks so much for watching and tuning in. We've got a lot of other free content here on this website. Stick around, enjoy some of these free articles, learn some TA. And guys, we're going to be doing our best searching these charts, finding different support levels, getting them all fed and delivered right to you so that you can make the best educated decisions on these charts. Thank you again for tuning in and watching. We look forward to seeing you next time right here on the charts, guys. Take care, folks.